Alright, this is lesson 23, writing quadratic functions with given zeros, okay? So up until now, we've taught you how to break things apart. Factoring means to break things apart, and then we learned how to solve them. So, for example, we learned how to take something like this. And then we learned how to use Xbox, and we're like, oh, this is equal to x plus 2 times x plus 1. And then we learned the zero product property a couple days ago, right? And it was like x plus 2 equals 0, and then it's x plus 1 equals 0. Remember this? Yes? So the answers are x is equal to -2 and x is equal to -1. You all agree? Yeah. Today we're going to go backwards. Let's say I started with this answer. X minus 2 is equal to -1. And I wanted to think backwards. How do I get from the bottom to the top? Okay, that's what we're doing today. Does that make sense? Do you think you can figure that out, even right now? Anyone have like a basic idea of what we're going to do in your head?
Not at all.
No, not at all? Okay, well, let me teach you how to do it. Here are the steps, okay? You should have these written down if you don't. Pause the video. Here we go. Numbers 1 and 2. Watch carefully. Okay, number 1. Write an equation with given zeros. Okay, zeros means the answers of the quadratic equation, and I'm going to explain why they're called zeros later this week, but that means the answers, okay? So write an equation with the given answers, okay, or solutions. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is we have x is equal to -2 and x is equal to -3. First thing you're going to do is I would write x is equal to -2 and x is equal to -3. I'm writing equations. Then I would want to set each one of these equal to 0. Okay, so one of the sides have to be 0. It doesn't matter. I kind of want a positive variable, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move everything that's not positive to the positive side of the variable. So instead of -2, I'm going to add 2 to both sides. Move it over. We got x plus 2 equals 0. And over here I'm going to add 3 to both sides. So we got x plus 3 equals 0. Okay, so now I have two factors, right, that are equal to 0. Now I'm going to take each of these and think backwards zero product property. So I remember zero product property. I would take each of these factors, and I received them by just taking them as factors. X plus 2 and x plus 3 equals 0, right? Remember that? Okay, and then I just multiply across. X times x is x squared. X times 3 is positive 3x. 2 times x is positive 2x. 2 times 3 is positive 6. It's all equal to 0. And remember, I'm trying to find the quadratic equation, so I just add them all together. X squared plus 5x plus 6 is all equal to 0. Box my answer. We're all done. Okay, does that make sense? So I went backwards, right? Okay, raise your hand if you want me to show you this again. How do I do that? On number 1. You good? Okay, and number 2, it's a little harder. Number 2. Okay, first thing I do is I take each of these answers and I set them equal to the letter. So it's going to be a is equal to -1/2, and a is equal to -3/4. Okay, then I want it so that there's a 0 on this right side, so I could say that this is equal to, we're going to add 1/2 to both sides. Or another way you could look at it is, we're going to multiply both sides by 2. So we got 2a is equal to -1. And then I'm going to add 1 to both sides, so 2a plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, that's one of my equations. The second equation is going to be, we're going to multiply both sides by 4. Okay, next one we're going to multiply 4 on both sides, so we got 4a is equal to -3. Add 3 to both sides on this particular one. So you got 4a plus 3 is equal to 0. Now these are my two factors. We have 4a plus 3 is equal to 0, and 2a plus 1 is equal to 0. So these two factors, now I'm going to use the backwards zero product property, right? Thinking backwards, I got 2a plus 1 times 4a plus 3, which is all equal to 0. And of course, we're trying to multiply this out, so 2a times 4a is going to be 8a squared, and we got 2a times 3 is going to be 6a, and then we got 1 times 4 is positive 1, or positive 4a, and then 1 times 3 is going to be positive 3. Simplify, of course, after I multiply, we get 8a squared, bless you, plus 10a, plus 3 is all equal to 0. Okay? And that's it. That's all you have to do. You're thinking backwards. Okay, so are we using Xbox at all today?
No.
Nope, not at all. So I think this could be easier if you understand the concept. We're just going backwards right now. Okay? So like you do, 1 solid 2 is about number 2 today. Actually, no, you're in new seats now. So 1 solid 2s, you're a 1 if you're on this side, 2's on this side, you're a new 1 or 2. 1s are talking about number 1, 2's are talking about number 2. Ready, set, go. Number 3 together. Here we go. Number 3. Okay, iPad's out. X is equal to -4 and -12. Oh yeah. You ready? Yes? No? Yes? Yes? Okay, number 3. So number 3, x is equal to -4 and -12. So the first thing you want to do is, we're going to take each of these and set them equal to x, right? So it's going to be x is equal to -4 and x is equal to -12, okay? And then we want each of these to equal to 0. So there isn't any fraction, so we don't have to multiply anything out. So we're going to multiply the left, or add 4 to the first one, both sides. So x plus 4 equals 0. And over here we're going to add 12 to both sides. We got x plus 12 equals 0, okay? These are the first two, right? Then, what?
Can't get this keyboard to go away.
Okay, anyway, she'll help you out. Then you use zero product property thinking backwards, so x plus 4 and x plus 12 should be two factors, right? So we're just going to rewrite this, x plus 4 times x plus 12, which is all equal to 0. And then you have to multiply and simplify, so I'm going to let you finish this one off. Ready, go. Okay, right, so on this one you have to have x squared plus 16x plus 48, okay, equals 0. Next one, number 4. This one's by yourself. Go. On this particular one, you should have got x squared minus 22x plus 117 equals 0. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay, number... It's supposed to be, say, 5. I'm not sure why it says 1 and 2. Okay, number 5. Here we go. So t is equal to -5/6 and -1/2. So this one's going to be, I'm going to do this one together with you, okay? Here we go. So first thing you want to do is go t is equal to -5/6 and t is equal to -1/2. Alright? Should we add 5/6 to both sides on this one or no? No. We have a fraction, so you kind of, this one, you might fall into that trap to want to multiply or add them. However, you want to multiply by 6 first, okay? So you got 6t is equal to -5. Then we add 5 to both sides. Therefore, 6t plus 5 is equal to 0. And then over here, we're going to multiply both sides by 2. So you got 2t is equal to -1. Add 1 to both sides. And we get 2t plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay? So these are my two factors here. So now we're going to write this out. We got 6t plus 5 times 2t plus 1 all equal to 0. Okay? And we multiply it out. Go. This one's going to be 12t squared 12t squared plus, let's see, 6 plus 10 is going to be plus 16t plus 5 is equal to 0. Okay? Okay? Does that make sense so far, everyone? Yes or no? Maybe so. Okay, good. All right, next one, last one. Well, let's do one more. I want you to do this next one by yourself, and then we're done. So a is equal to negative 5 halves and positive 5 thirds. Ready to go. The answer is going to be, after you finish it all off, is going to be 6a squared minus 5a minus 25. Oh, I'm sorry, plus 5a minus 25 is equal to 0. That's it. Okay. This concludes our lesson. So what I'd like you to do is